What's up, Raiders? TristenWulf here, bringing you another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm going to tell you about exciting news that just dropped. The Path of the Lost event coming this Thursday. I know you've been slammed and swamped with fusion after fusion, and I think maybe Plarium needs to slow down a little bit. But one of the nice things about this event is it is feast, feast, feast. There are no famines. This event puts out like crazy. You just need to be good about picking and choosing what you go into. But I want to talk a little bit about the Path of the Lost. So this is a Hero's Path event, and it looks like you will be able to earn points for this path by doing summons and from getting artifacts and accessories. Now, typically getting artifacts and accessories is a slow, painful way to clear out these paths. The points you get from them, you're going to be spending tons of gems and stamina to try to go about it that way. Really, you're going to need to go through the summon portal. Hopefully you've got some sacred charms saved up, maybe be able to top it off with some ancient shards, but that's going to be your primary way to earn points. Now, why do we care? I mean, the Hero's Path, yeah, the rewards are typically nice, but what's so special about this one? Well, one of the rewards from this Hero's Path is going to be the legendary hero Balar the Lost. And Balar the Lost is a pretty spanking good hero. Also, you'll be able to pick up his 5-star perfect soul from this if you want to go nuts on it. And there's epic runes, mythical tomes, all kinds of good stuff. So it's these events are usually pretty fat, but they're also pretty heavy pushing. I mean, I hope you didn't fall for the bait of the summon portals. I mean, this thing is always flashing. There's always a sky beam and some special summon boosted event going on. You got to resist the urge. You got to resist the urge to pull on this and look at saving those charms, saving those shards for really good things like this. So let's talk a little bit about Balar the Lost and why he is worth going into this Hero's Path. Well, he's a Sylvan Watcher. He's an attack type Sylvan Watcher, and red's my favorite color, so this guy is killing me. How cool is he, right? So what does Balar the Lost do? Let's take a look at his kit and go over his skills. His A1 skill: attacks an enemy one time. Before attacking, places a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to his attack. So this is nice if you're attacking into somebody who's got a counter attack. You'll put up a shield before you eat that counter and be able to drop some damage. He has a 50% chance of placing 25% poison sensitivity debuff for 2 turns. And you can book that up to a 75% chance. Now, okay, so a poison sensitivity debuff pretty much screams he's going to be a poison spamming machine. So let's go take a look at his A2 skill, Twister of Life. So Twister of Life attacks one enemy and has a 75% chance of placing a leech debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. And you can book that out to 100% chance. Instantly activates all poison debuffs on all enemies. Woof. Guys, he even though it's a single target attack, the effects are AoE. He leeches everybody and he detonates the poison, which is stupid damage if you can stack a lot of poisons. Well, let's see what his A3 does. Monstrous Growth. Attacks one enemy, and before attacking, he places a 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies through 2 turns. So giving himself accuracy before he attacks, accuracy for all the other skills, so you don't need to go nuts on his accuracy stat because he's going to give himself an accuracy buff right out of the gate. And it just happens. There's no chance for it. It's a 50% accuracy boost, and has a 75% chance of placing decreased resistance debuff on all enemies. So if you've got the accuracy to stick it, you're also going to drop the enemy's resistances, and it'll make it easier for other people on your team to assist with poisons and debuffs. That's wild. Places 3 poison debuffs on the initial target for 2 turns. If this attack is a critical, places 3 5% poison debuffs for 2 turns on all enemies instead. So you build them with some crit, and you're dropping 3 poisons on all enemies. Now, let's say you're fighting an enemy where there's 4 enemies on there, right? That's a 3, 6, 9, 12 poisons on everybody. 12 poisons, and then you get to go and detonate them. Man, oh man. Okay, what's his passive do? Increases this champion's ignore defense effect by 1% for each poison debuff instantly activated by this champion. Stacks up to 20%. So when you detonate those poisons, you detonate all 12 of those poisons, bam, 12% defense penetration. And when you detonate them a second time, you're up to 20%. In fact, if there's 5 enemies on the team and he's the only poisoner, that's 15% defense penetration on detonation. You get anybody else that puts a couple extra poisons on there, you can immediately go to 20% ignore defense, 20% defense penetration on his skills. And guys, this is the crazy part. Fills this champion's turn meter by 5% whenever a poison debuff is placed on an enemy. 5%. Let's say you're fighting those 4 guys, those 4 baddies, and you crit all 4 of them, and you place 3 debuffs on each one. That's 3, 6, 9, 12 debuffs times 5. It's a 60% turn meter push. It's practically an extra turn. 60% moves you all the way down. You're close to going again, and dude, that's just, it's crazy to me how fast the cycling on this guy is going to be, how fast you're going to ramp up the defense penetration, how much damage. 5% times 3, that's 15% poison debuff, and you can slap some poison sensitivity on there to boot. Guys, crazy. And you know, on top of all of it, on top of his 50% accuracy boost, you got a 60 accuracy boost in his aura. So if you put him in the front, it's even more accuracy. The guy is a poison spamming machine, and we all know, everybody started this game with Kale, right? Well, most everybody started this game with Kale. We all know how strong poison can be and how good this will be in a certain fight. So I want this guy. I think he looks crazy fun. So I'm definitely going to try to pick him up, and hopefully you got some shards to do it. Hopefully you got some shards to do it, because you aren't just going for Balar. Remember, you're not just going for Balar. His 5-star perfect soul is in that path. His there are plenty of books in that path. A mythical twisted horn to craft relics for him are in that path. There's so many good things, including mythical books for those of you lucky sons of a gun who have a mythical hero. So that is coming up this Thursday, guys. Get excited, get hyped. I know I am. Hopefully the rest of you guys are excited for it too. Hopefully this fusion event didn't suck away all of your resources and you got a little something to play. We'll maybe go live tomorrow and do some of these summons live on stream and try to get that path done, talk about the best pathing possible and help you guys clear it out. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care, Raiders.